It was one of the most disastrous tenures of a public official in Bexar County history.
Former Constable Michelle Barrientes Vela will serve 5 years probation and 90 days in jail as her punishment for tampering and falsifying government records.
But sentencing for the one-time county leader was not without its fireworks. Two of her children interrupted those proceedings right there. One of them cursed at the DA, who was in the courtroom, while the other lunged towards bailiffs and had to be physically removed.
Dylan Collier joins us now, and you covered the entire saga of Michelle Barrientes Vela, including this public corruption trial that stretched across parts of 5 months, you say.
Yeah, this saga seemed to take forever, Dylan.
Yes, it did.
All right, so what's your biggest takeaway from this entire ordeal?
This was a situation where she never should have been in public office, and then when she was in public office, she really didn't have a respect for the rule of law. One of the big things that Judge Mesa kept describing when handing down this sentence last week was that you would put on a uniform, you were an elected leader of Bexar County, and the things that you said while in uniform were embarrassing to the people who live in Bexar County and just really beneath the office of being an elected leader and a constable for a large county like Bexar County.
Yeah, and the judge made sure to include jail time. We saw that as part of the sentence, when realistically will Barrientes Vela have to serve those 90 days.
So her 5 years probation started immediately and runs from now until 2028. She's allowed to stay free and not serve those 90 days in jail while she appeals the 2 felony convictions for tampering with records. That could be anywhere from a few months to the better part of a year, depending on how soon her appellate attorney writes the appeal and they get it to the 4th court to make a ruling on whether these convictions should stand. There was obviously a lot of evidence. This was nearly a 2-week trial. Some things that happened with the prosecution have helped Barrientes Vela's chances of actually getting these convictions overturned. The ranger was held in contempt of court for some comments that he made while on the witness stand. He was one of the main witnesses for the prosecution, so that will be something to monitor in probably the next 6 or 9 months.
Dylan, 2 questions here. I've got a range question, then I've got a follow-up. Do you think that Vela would be a convicted felon if KSAT had not begun looking into her actions in office back in 2017? And did she ever, at this point, all the way even up today, has she ever expressed remorse?
Her attitude has really changed after she changed defense attorneys and hired a different law firm. You kind of saw her move back from making public statements that were not going to help her case at all. I don't know if remorse is the right word. I think she regrets that this happened, and if she had to do it over again, probably wouldn't act the same way, especially like the press conferences wearing the full uniform with her entire command staff, accusing other public officials of embarrassing things that had no merit and that just simply weren't true. I don't think she would be a convicted felon had we not started looking into her in 2017. I don't know if she would still be in office. I think people in that part of Bexar County, the northwest side and sort of the west side, would have seen through and kind of realized who they had put in public office. But in terms of her actions going from civil to the criminal side, I don't think that happens without us digging in almost 6 years ago.
Oh my goodness. Thank you.
It's been a long time.
I know it has been. I was like, before COVID. Anything before COVID seems like a long time ago.
Yes, it does.
Yeah, it does. All right. For all of Dylan's coverage, of course, you can find all of that on our website at ksat.com.
All right, Dylan, thank you for joining us.
Thanks for having me.
Thank you, sir.
Yep.
All right.
Keep up to date with all of San Antonio's top news, weather, and so much more by clicking the like and subscribe buttons below. And once again, thanks for watching KSAT.